Hey, good morning, guys. It's Viejo here, and it is the third week of October, right at the beginning of the third week of October in 2023. And this is going to be episode number 33 of Moldy Monday. Got a nice day here to talk to you on the Central Coast of California. It's a little cooler start. It's only 63 out here in the garage right now, but it'll warm up here later. This series, if you're just tuning in, is about me getting some of the molds out of my drawer that I've never cast before for one reason or the other. I got a couple hundred molds sitting over there, and I probably had 50 or 60 that I've never used for one reason or the other. Like I said, you know, either they're brand new and they needed to be seasoned a little bit first, or maybe have some work done on them, or they were a used mold that I bought just kind of because it was a mold I'd been looking for and haven't had a chance to get out and cast it, whatever the reason are. And so we're bringing you those molds as I get them out and get them cast. And my goal here is mostly just, you know, for myself anyway, is to see what the bullet's going to look like and how the mold runs, and then establish a starting point for loads. So this series is not about load development other than to get a starting point. And so I'm coming up with loads that I think are going to be safe. Many of them are in the Lyman Cast Bullet Handbook, but some aren't. And I've got to just kind of go back on experience or ask other folks, which I do occasionally, you know, hey, have you ever used this mold before? So that's what we're up to. This particular episode is with the Lyman 429667, kind of a round, flat bullet. Here's the bullet, like we always show you. It's okay right here. You can see it's kind of a good looking bullet, actually. And this mold ran really well. I did buy it used, okay, like I buy most of my molds. Every once in a while I'll get a new one, but this one was used and it was in pretty good shape. And it cast a nice bullet from the get-go. The very first bullet was a keeper, and so were the rest of them, okay? So I was happy about that. And you'll see how the casting went here. Lately, I've only been casting, you know, 20 or 30 bullets, just enough to load up and get a good test on and make sure they're going to shoot okay. This particular one is a 44 caliber bullet, so I loaded these up in some 44 special cases and shot them out of the nice Ruger Super Blackhawk. I used some universal powder this time. I hadn't used any of that stuff for a long time. I got a couple jars of it, and it's never been a favorite powder of mine. But there is load data for it in the Lyman cast book. So I thought, well, I'll go give it a try. And it did okay, as you'll see. YouTubers, you know, you don't get to see any of the casting here, but you know the drill. You go over to rumble.com. If you're not subscribed there, you type in what you see right here. Okay, that's my channel name over there on Rumble. And that will take you to my channel, and you can find this episode along with everything else that I've been putting over there. So let's go ahead. For those of you who are on Rumble, we'll jump right into taking a look at the mold. Okay, we'll get it apart like we always do, look at the guts and the pieces and parts and tools needed to make adjustments and so forth. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'll jump right to the data section. Maybe I'll cut in the powder coat part. I think I'm okay with that. And we'll look at the bullet dimensions, okay, and see how that came out. And then we'll head over and look at a little bit of shooting. All right, let's get after it. The measurements for that 429667, okay, used mold, went like this. It weighed out both cavities right at 250 grains. Both cavities right on the same at 0.432. Then overall length there, 0.720 from the base up to the knee plat, and then from the base up to the top of the top crimp groove was 0.385. Okay, here we come out of the oven. Remember, we got two different bullets in here. Okay, on the left is the 429667, and there on the right are the 452460. Remember we talked about those little bare spots on the surface and how they were going to all fill in anyway, so that's what we mean. Okay, and then we're going to dump these in the shaker first to cut them loose from that parchment paper. And in they go. And we'll let those sit there, guys, for 10-15 minutes or so with that size of a batch. If there's more of them in there, then they got to set a little bit longer before those bullets will cool all the way through. Okay, there you go with the casting. And again, the mold ran really well and gave me good bullets right from the get-go. No culls. I didn't have to trash any of those and put them back in the pot. You know, you've been watching the series long enough. You know sometimes that happens, but not with this guy. It was well seasoned and ready to rock and roll, and everything just ran like it was supposed to. So we like to see that. So let's go ahead and cut in a little bit of shooting video now. We're at the new range up in the next, I was going to say the next town, but it's not the next town. It's about 5 towns away. It's about a 50-mile trip each way for me up there. But anyway, let's go see how we did. Trigger. Yeah, that was a really thin trigger here. That a pin that I guess
is this the one that you had that wasn't picking up the ammo out of the mag?
Yeah, but I don't think it was the trigger group.
It was this trigger group that. Okay.
All right, I shot 15 more of those 44s. So there those are. Shot okay. Okay, there you go. The round shot okay. It was actually a little stouter load than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't very close to the top of the range given by Lyman, but it was substantial for a 44 special load. This square trigger guard kind of bugs my fingers on a stouter load out of this gun, so I put a glove on, and then I'm fine with it. But I was happy with the performance. You know, happy enough. It was a bullet that I probably will revisit again, and there's plenty of load data out there for it. Good mold. Okay, I was happy with this one. So, at any rate, I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe got something out of it here or there. Okay, found out what that bullet looked like if you've, maybe heard of the mold, never seen it, and got to see that this time. So let's bring this one to a close for now from the Viejo bench. That's all she wrote.